What's trending is your boy Druski. Druski, he played as a fake pastor of such. And the pastors of the world are the glamorous pastors are in an uproar. Let me ask you this, E. I don't want to put your religious business out there. I'm assuming have you ever been to church?
When I was younger, I used to go to church.
You used to go to church when you was younger. Okay. Was it one of the mega churches where the pastor kind of floating in the air? He comes down, the smoke comes out. His fireworks when he slammed the Bible on the on his what's that little thing he get
The
there?
stand.
The stand.
No, my church was pretty chill, bro.
Chill.
Yeah, chill church.
Yeah, I mean, my brother passed. Shout out my brother Moo. He's a pastor.
He doesn't do the
No. He's an old school pastor. He says the word. He try to touch people's spirits in that way. But you know what, man? I say this, right? I don't go to church often. But when I do go to church, I do enjoy watching people enjoy themselves, or come together, right? I love that type of energy. But, I went to a church out here in LA. I'm not going to say the name. And it was like a mega church. But I was going there before it was a mega church. I was going there when it was a smaller church. And then it kind of moved. And then it would kind of get bigger and bigger. And I was cool with it. Like I said, I love seeing people happy. I love seeing people who have the same interests. And they're smiling. So at one point, this was what that church was about. Then eventually, it grew. And next thing you know, they got VIP lines. They got valet parking. They got, and then I remember I think my final straw with this particular church was I went there and I wasn't in the best spirit. You know how you go to church and you kind of looking to get your spirits uplifted or whatnot. And I remember going there and the pastor wasn't there. It was another pastor from another church, right? But she spent most of the time trying to sell a book. She was spending most of that time trying to sell a book. And me being well-informed when people are trying to sell something because I sold cars before, so I love, I understand the selling game. So I didn't feel like she was trying to uplift the spirits. I felt like she was trying to sell something. And then, of course, I try to give it more chances, and I realized, they all trying to sell something now. And I think that's what it is. I think the worst thing some of these pastors are doing now is like responding to Druski. Like, I don't think they understand he's a comedian. He's a comedian, so he's doing his job. He's finding trending topics and making fun of it. You know what I mean? The fact that you're coming back and you're trying to justify it is either one of two things. You want the attention from it, which would be right at what he's talking about, or you're guilty of it. Like, you can literally not respond at all. You can literally not respond and let it be water under the bridge. Laugh at it, call it a day. But to come back and then try to be like, yeah, you heard what he said about me? Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. Oh. You either want the attention or you're guilty. Then you going to come to church or your service the following week and you ain't flashy. Like, you ain't low, dude. Like, you know what I mean? So it's one of them things, though. I say this, I think that's been around for a while, where pastors, they have they have a nice car or whatever. And I'm not going to lie to you. I don't mind that, though. I don't mind that. Listen, I'm just being honest. If I'm in a low spot, a lot of people go to church, they sometimes in the low spots spiritually, financially, emotionally, whatever, right? And they don't only go to church because of that. I mean, obviously, you know, it's to keep their spirits. Some there to keep their spirits high or whatever. But if I'm going to church and the pastor is telling me that God is blessing us so heavy, I want to see it. I don't want my pastor catching the bus. like damn, what God you praying to? Like, I kind of want my pastor to have a little bit more than me. Or not even a little bit. They can have a lot of it. It don't matter to me. They can have a lot more because I'm seeing how God is blessing you. I'm seeing the truth. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I could be the one really blessing you by putting my tithes in every week. But at the end of the day, I still want to see it. I still want to see the other side of this. You know what I mean? Huh? Well, yeah. So I think what Druski did was funny. I think Druski did his job on that. I think that's very true. I'm not mad, but I'm not mad at the pastors who get money. Like I get it. I just don't. I know it's just weird to get it from the people that you know that's like in a tough. A lot of people, because I've been to church and a lot of people are like, yeah, man, you know, I'm buying on buildings, praying God come and bless me. And then the pastor be on some, listen, God gonna bless you when you release the money you have. Hey, God, if you give us 20, God will give you 20,000. You be like, dang, they be like, yeah, I'm gonna give him this 20. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, bro. Like, I don't think God needs your money. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.